Willem Dafoe noticed.
His first picture.
His first
also
balls.
got his balls noticed.
Yeah, by David Sims.
Yeah. David will not stop talking about...
Underball, baby.
Yeah, he's got some sack in this movie.
Because boy, does he. Because he gets cast right in Streets of Fire off of this.
Yeah.
And that's his first big movie. And then he's in To Live and Die in L.A. And when you see him in To Live and Die in L.A., you're like, oh, yeah, Willem's like, 30 pictures deep at this point, right? Because he just seems like, oh, it's Willem Dafoe.
He was like a Chicago theater actor. Mm-hmm. He wasn't big Chicago, but he was a Chicago theater actor.
Medium Chicago?
Yeah.
Skinny Chicago?
But he was a Steppenwolf guy, right?
Let's see.
Am I wrong about that?
I think you are, just because I think Steppenwolf was not as much of a thing.
He was like part of the more experimental.
Theater X.
Yes. But the other thing about him was...
Which was in Milwaukee.
Then I'm wrong about everything.
You are. He's a Wisconsinite.
Okay, so from here on out, I will call Willem Dafoe Big Milwaukee.
He was once expelled from high school for shooting a pornographic film.
That is cool.
Bet there was some underball in that one.
That is too on brand for Willem Dafoe.
It really is. Wow.
That's crazy.
I am now reading an op-ed written by Willem Dafoe in 2009 called What I Know About Women. I've never had any close male friends. I wish I could do him.
That's not a bad Dafoe.
Most important relationships in my life have always been with women.
Okay, it's gotten worse.
Yeah. I can't. Yeah. Because now I'm thinking about Spiderman. You know?
Well, I don't know if you know this, but Willem is Dafoe of Spiderman. He is Dafoe.
That was like
of Spiderman.
You know, like a thunderclap where you see the flash and then 10 seconds later you hear the thunder. Where I was like, what did he say? And then it sort of permeated my brain. It was like, and it just devastated me.
Have I ever told you when I worked at the Disney store, the format of the Disney store employee badges was your first name and then your favorite Disney character underneath it?
I figured.
And so it'd be Jim, and then underneath it would say Tinkerbell. And Disney...
Jim sounds cool.
Yeah, Jim was rad. But Disney had just bought Marvel when I was working there during my brief but infamous tenure at the Disney store in Times Square.
Sure.
So I asked if I could have Spider-Man, and they were like, I don't know. We'll have to ask corporate. That's uncharted territory for us. Mm-hmm. And they came back and were like, okay, we got the approval. You're going to be the first employee, including the parks and everything.
Holy shit.
To have a Marvel character on their badge. Because the ink had just dried.
I see.
Right?
Right.
And I was like, amazing. Hey, make sure you put the hyphen in Spider-Man. And we were like, look, it's corporate.
They know what they're doing.
Right. And I got it back and there was no hyphen. So the name tag just says Griffin Spiderman. And it looks like it's my last name. It looks like it's my last name. And I still have it on my fridge. But I remember working there and people being like, holy shit, is your real last name Spiderman? How's it pronounced? That's crazy that you work here and your last name is spelled Spiderman.
I had to push the microphone away.
Griffin Spiderman.
That's amazing. What would have been your backup? What's your choice if you can't have a superhero?
Violet Incredible.
She's fucking. That's it.
No, I think my backup would have been Jessie the Odin Cowgirl, but one of those two.
I'd take Violet over Jessie any day. I love Violet.
When I used to work for Vin Plan at the comic book store, my name tag was Violet because at that store it was your name tag would be your name and then a picture of a character you love.
Sure.
And I picked Violet.
You worked at Forbidden Planet.
I worked at Forbidden Planet.
Yeah, not Midtown Comics, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Midtown Comics.
I met my wife, who's a filmmaker called
Oh, you're back to the phone.
Giada Colangrande
okay.
on the street in Rome in 2004. Cool. What? He did?
Is that all he knows about women? That's the end of the op-ed?
No, I'm keeping going.
Oh, boy.
I knew of her because I'd seen her films and we had some mutual friends. We were having lunch and I said, do you want to get married tomorrow? I called up City Hall and they said, if you get in here in the next couple hours, you can register and then you can get married tomorrow. So we ran down there. We married the next day with just 2 witnesses, our best friends.
Okay.
I don't know what to tell you.
Congratulations, Willem.
Anyway, it's a whole long editorial that you should read. It's great. And it ends with, in italics, Antichrist will be released on DVD on 11th January.
So I read last night because I was just curious, was this really his first film? Yeah. I know this is obviously his first leading role, but was this the first thing he had ever done? He was cast in one film earlier, but fired from it. And that movie was
that he made in high school. Yeah,
right.
No, go ahead.
That film was Heaven's Gate.
Oh, sure. The Michael Cimino.
He shot for months.
Wow.
And it was one of those things where like Michael Cimino was trying to build like a sort of like anthropological environment. So he had all these actors who were like
they like lived there.
Right. And it was like, okay, you don't have any lines in the script, but we're just gonna bring you on set every day and let things happen. And this character
Monty
like
Montgomery was there. He was a ranch hand.
Right.
Yeah. He was the town fire commissioner.
He was taking tin types. Dafoe worked on the movie for like 4 or 5 months. And he said there was this one day that it was taking 6 hours to light a scene.
Jesus
and they had all the actors just standing still in position.
God.
For 6 hours while he just adjusted the lights. And a background actress leaned over to Dafoe and made a funny comment. And he laughed. And Cimino went, Willem,
you're fired.
Yeah.
What?
And he was fired and cut out of the movie.
Wow, what a cool guy Michael Cimino was. Definitely not a total, completely insane, coked up wacko. But if we did him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 7 movies. But you could really wrap those last 3 up.
Yeah.
Because if you just did Thunderbolt and Lightfoot, Deer Hunter, Heaven's Gate, Year of the Dragon, that's a nice 4.
What about The Sicilian?
The Sicilian. And then Desperate Hours with Mickey Rourke in 1990. Ooh. And then Sun Chaser with Woody Harrelson.
Well, look, we're doing Michael Cimino next, so get ready for Michael Pacino.
Michael Cimino.
Michael Pacino, Michael Cappuccino, and then the films of Walt Becker.
The cappuccino.
And everyone should follow our moves.
Exactly. Yeah. Everyone just copy us.
Yes.
So, The Loveless.